Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I think the AK74u is still the best SMG in Black Ops Cold War right now. If anybody agrees with me, let me know in the comments below. Today I'm going to be showing you guys an amazing AK74u class setup. It's going to help you achieve those high kill, low death games. Real quick before we get started, we're going to set a like goal on this video. Let's see if we can hit 100 likes. I can't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. Also, if you guys are new here and you enjoy this content, consider subscribing. We are very close to 50k subscribers. It's going to be a huge milestone for the channel. Thank you all for all the support. I love you guys. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I think a lot of us can agree on the fact that the AK74u is a very well-rounded SMG. Stability, accuracy, control, I mean, it's pretty solid. This is truly an amazing setup for all those aggressive players out there that really like to push, don't like to stay in one spot, and you are going to be rewarded for that constant aggressive play. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what we got going on here, okay? So, start of the show, AK74u SMG. Let's go ahead and take a look at which attachments I decided to go with, and I'm also going to explain to you why I think these attachments are going to be a great option for you. So for our muzzle, we're going to be using the GRU Suppressor, which is going to give you a huge advantage. This is going to give us 100% muzzle flash concealment, which means we're not going to be visible on the map, and we also get an extra 7% vertical recoil control, which is really going to help us out with the overall stability of the AK74u. One downside to this attachment is you do lose 25% effective damage range, but it's not going to be too big of a deal because we are going to be close quarters 90% of the time, and this gun is still very effective at range if you know how to play it right. For the barrel, I went with a 10.3 Liberator. That 100% bullet velocity is going to allow you to kill your targets a lot faster, and I think it's definitely a must-have for this setup. Keep in mind, you are going to sacrifice about 25% aim walking movement speed when you decide to go with the 10.3 Liberator barrel. For the underbarrel, I think the Spetsnaz grip is going to be an amazing option for you because the more control you have over your weapon, the more targets you're going to be able to hit, right? The Spetsnaz grip is going to give us 7% vertical recoil control and 21% horizontal recoil control. I think it's extremely important that you guys are hitting your targets because the more shots that you land, the more enemies you're going to kill, obviously. Spetsnaz grip is really going to help you out in those situations where you have to shoot your target from range. It's going to give you that extra stability and control that you need to ensure that you're taking out that player. Keep in mind that when you decide to go with the Spetsnaz grip, you are going to sacrifice 30% shooting move speed. Now, for my magazine, I decided to go with the VDV 50-round Fast Mag. Now, the reason I think this magazine is such a good option is because it's going to allow you to take out multiple targets. Depending on the situation, if you play it right, you have the ability to take out an entire team with one magazine, and that reload time can mess you up in some situations. So I think it's important that you have more rounds in your magazine so you have that opportunity to take out multiple players if the situation comes to it. I know there's been a lot of situations for me personally where I take out a couple players, and as soon as I decide to reload, another player shows up and kills me. I think you're really going to appreciate those 50 extra rounds. They're going to save you in a lot of situations, I promise. With that being said, with this magazine, you get 67% magazine ammo capacity, 40% reload quickness, 67 max starting ammo, and 67 ammo capacity. Keep in mind, when you decide to go with this Fast Mag, you are going to be sacrificing about 25% aim down sight time, which is not too big of a deal considering the fact that for our last attachment on our AK74u, we are using the GRU Elastic Wrap, which gives us 30% aim down sight time, 90% flinch resistance, which I think is extremely underrated in this game. I know for me personally, when I don't have this attachment equipped, I really notice a difference. This 90% flinch resistance has allowed me to win a ton of gunfights. And last but not least here for our pros, you gain the ability to aim while going prone. So if you're the type of person that likes to drop shot players, this is going to be the perfect attachment for you. For the cons, we lose 10% shooting move speed and 15% sprint to fire time. I'm telling you guys, this combination of attachments is extremely good. I think you're going to appreciate it very much. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the class setup because it's equally as important to make sure you can achieve those high kill, low death games like I mentioned earlier. Now, obviously, you need a secondary, you need a backup. For me, I went with the Gallo SA12 Shotty particularly the Warden's Ward legendary variant. Now I will say with that 50 round magazine on your AK74u, you're hardly ever going to need to change to your secondary, but for those last resort situations where you absolutely need to, I think a shotgun is going to be an amazing option for you. For my SA12 here, I'm using the 24.8 Task Force barrel, which gives us 40% damage. I think almost 50% damage is going to definitely compensate for that 13% effective damage range we're going to lose, because at the end of the day, for most situations when you're pulling out a shotgun, you're going to be up close anyways. For the body, I'm going to highly recommend the SWAT laser sight for that 35% hip fire accuracy. In most situations, you're not going to be ADSing with a shotgun. Also for the magazine, I think the 12 round tube is going to be an amazing option for you, because the more shots you have, the more opportunity for kills you're also going to have. For the handle, in case we need to ADS, the Serpent wrap is going to be a good option because it gives you that 25% ADS time, but you lose 10% sprint to fire time. For my stock, I decided to go with the tactical stock, which gives me 10% aim walking movement speed. It's really up to you guys. I just didn't want to sacrifice any hip fire accuracy, which is why I decided to go with the tactical stock. For my tactical, I'm using a flashbang. For the lethal, we have a Semtex, and then the field upgrade, we are going to be using a proximity mine for those situations where we can drop it behind us, you know, close those gaps so we don't get flanked. It's helped me out in a lot of situations, and I think it's going to help you out as well. As you can see here, for my wild card, I decided to go with PERK greed just so I can stack all of these amazing perks. For our first category, we are going to be using Flak Jacket and Tactical Mask. Flak Jacket, we take less damage from enemy explosives and Molotov or combat bow flames. And then for Tactical Mask, max resistance to flashbang and stun grenade. And we're also immune to gas, so every time people drop a gas mine, we can run right through it. For the perk 2 category, I'm going with GEARHEAD and Scavenger. GEARHEAD is going to reduce field upgrade cooldown, and we're going to be able to store up to 2 field upgrade charges, which means we can store up to 2 proximity mines. And then I decided to go with Scavenger just in case you're on a super long kill streak and you don't want to run out of ammo. You're going to replenish ammo from all fallen players that you walk across. For the last category here, I'm going with Ghost and Ninja. I think these are an absolute must have. With Ghosts, they're going to be undetectable by enemy spy planes whenever you are moving, planting, or defusing bombs, or controlling score streaks, which is good. And then Ninja, I cannot use a class without Ninja. I do not want my footsteps to be heard. It is very difficult to be tactical when you're not using Ninja. I think this is an absolute priority, okay? Make room for this perk. Move more quietly and speak only when necessary, all right? That is it for the class setup. I highly encourage you guys to check this out. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I set a like goal on this video. Let's see if we can reach 100 likes. It's definitely not impossible. I can't do it without you guys. If you enjoyed this video, I highly consider subscribing to the channel. We got way more Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War content on the way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.